Hey everybody, it's Steve here, and welcome back to Metroid. In this part, like I mentioned at the end of last part, we're going to be going after the Varia Suit, which is an upgrade that, for Samus's armor, it will reduce the amount of damage that we take. Since between the last video and this one, I just stayed next to one of these enemy creating generators, and I grinded my way back up to refill my energy tank that I've got and some of my health. Once we get the Varia Suit, then that's pretty much every item with the exception of the wave beam, and from there it's going to be a lot of collecting missile packs and energy tanks. You know, I've done quite well so far with just one energy tank and only 5 missiles, which is really all you need. But obviously the goal of this game, and whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Trying to get up to that door there, is to you know, bulk up your armory and your arsenal as much as possible. So once we get the Varia Suit, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in search of missile packs and energy tanks and whatnot. Always trying to think of things to talk about while we do this, especially in a game like this where it's a lot of backtracking and there's kind of some free time to talk. I'm just trying to think of things that have happened to me over the past few weeks maybe, and anything that might be even mildly amusing. The one story that comes to mind, and I guess it ties in with me just not being able to figure people out, and thinking that people can be really gutsy, and they're rather bold, and they're not shy about what they say, and I don't think that a lot of the times they really think about what they say. As you're going through this tunnel, I'm sorry, as a side note, just make sure you keep some bombs going, because there are enemies inside the tunnel. There's these little see-through spots that give you kind of a glimpse to where you are, but you're going to want to be careful as you're going through them. I was at a store the other day, and I was picking up supplies for work, because once every 2 weeks I go to do that. And I was in the store, and I was like loading up this flatbed kind of cart thing, because we use a lot of stuff at work, and so I need, not a regular shopping cart won't do the trick. A quick side note here, man. I probably never get through this story because I'm too busy, commenting on the game. I think I've got nothing to talk about with regards to the game, but then, I start talking about something else, and I get drawn back to talking about the game. The Varia Suit is an item that you can get earlier if you really want, if you've got the ice beam. What you can do in that tunnel there where I shot up through the ceiling, you can do that and then lure that little green enemy up through the hole in the ceiling that you've just created. Then once he's up there with you, use the ice beam to freeze him, and then use him as a platform to get up to the door. But it's way too tricky. There's some luck involved, really. It's not even skill-based, really. So I just never do that, because I'd rather just ensure that I'm going to get the item rather than try repeatedly on some half-baked scheme to find an alternative way to get it. The change in the color of Samus's armor now indicates that we do have the Varia Suit, and that means that we now take less damage when we get hit, or in my case, when I fall into lava. So now that we've got that, we're going to go back the way we came, bomb through the floor here, and we're going to go off and grab a missile pack next, I believe. But anyway, I was at this, I'm sorry, so back to the story. I was in this store, I was loading my stuff up, and this woman from at the end of the aisle, she calls out to me, asking me where the diapers were, thinking that I worked there or something. And it kind of took me by surprise a little bit, because again, human interaction is just, it's not my forte, and I usually try to think that people aren't talking to me, because that's what I'm used to. So when somebody is talking to me, it catches me off guard. But once I, realized she was talking to me, I informed her that I said that I don't work for the store, and she proceeds to say, "Well, you should," and then like stormed off like she was angry. Anyway, here's the missile pack, but she was angry. You know, instead of like being embarrassed, you know, thinking that I worked for the store, she actually, you know, when I told her that I didn't work for the store, she got angry and informed me that I should. It was just funny. I don't know. It's one of those things you might have to be there. Yeah, these are the kind of stories I come up with. You know, whenever I get that I find free time in these games to talk about things, these are the kind of stories that you're going to get. These are the kinds of stories that you're going to get. So, God, just bear with me, okay? It's also kind of late. Yet another long day at work. I'm tired. I should be in bed right now. I probably will be as soon as I get the next part of this video up. I seem to be having trouble figuring out how to proceed through this wall. I know that I can get through it. I just can't seem to figure out how. You know, like I said, there we go. Sheesh. And right there's an energy tank. Sweet. Our second one. Alright, 2 energy tanks. And I guess the next thing, we might as well head back, all the way back up to the beginning of the game, really, back to the very opening of Brinstar, almost where we first started. There's a hidden energy tank that, now that we have the ice beam and the high jump boots, is going to be pretty easy to obtain. I'll probably do that. But anyway, I should be in bed right now, but you know, I've been kind of lazy already with getting these videos uploaded. I have the best of intention of trying to do one a day, but I've kind of failed in that this particular week. It's just been really busy at work. That's all. And I know that that's probably like my phrase that you're going to hear me say the most over and over again. I think it'll almost be better for me to say if there's not a busy week at work. But I don't think you'd ever hear me say that. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to head all the way back to almost to our starting point of the whole game and snag that energy tank. Should be able to get to it in this video. And if I could stop falling into the lava. Basically, I'm just kind of putting off for as long as I can getting the wave beam, because the ice beam is just so much better. And I know it's not like we can't get it back. We can, and so eventually I'll have to bite the bullet and go get the wave beam, just for completion's sake. Well, there's probably like all kinds of sounds coming through this microphone right now because I'm like scratching my chin, and I fidget a lot. I call it nervous energy, call it, you know, nervous anxiety or anxious twitching, whatever. But I fidget a lot. My hands really don't stay idle for very long. I'm always, if I've got a pen in my hand, I'm clicking at the remote control. I'm constantly, and it's to the point that I do it without even realizing it, much to, you know, people's annoyance. But if I don't happen to have any actual object in my hand, I'm either, you know, scratching my chin or rubbing my eyes, or I don't know. I fidget a lot, and it really is to the point that I'm not even aware that I'm doing it. Here's the energy tank I was telling you about. You're just gonna freeze an enemy, shoot the ceiling up there, and man, or not. Well, there it is. But oh jeez. So much for making that look like all slick and all. Let's wait for him to get over farther. And, oh, come on. There we go. Alright, there's our third energy tank. And I guess we're kind of running out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. And say have a good day, take it easy, peace.